Welcome back, folks. I am Jon Najarian, and I am very excited about today's 3 at 3. It is the 8th of June, 2021, and we are about to present our intellectual property as well as some investment education and information, which is what this disclaimer says. It says you need to understand that all investments involve risk, and that this is being presented for informational and educational purposes only. Intellectual property, yes, we have registered marks, trademarks, patents, copyrights on everything you're about to see, virtually everything. So please, if you're going to use this in a commercial setting, ask us first, please. And if you're just going to share it with friends, have at it. And in fact, encourage your friends to join our YouTube channel as well. Let's talk about Brinker. Why? Because yesterday I did it on the halftime report for unusual option activity. Stock was 59.05, and we noticed 6,800, which is 680,000 share equivalent, trading in the June 65 call strike. So $6 out of the money. Stock's 59. They're buying the 65s, $6. I'm going to buy something closer to the money, like the 59s or the 60s, and sell upside, which is what I did. Now let's take a look and see how that has played out so far.
All right, let's do unusual activity. Dr. J, what do you have?
All right, Brinker International, Scott, symbol EAT. Because that's what they do. They feed us and we eat. This one, they're looking to feast, in fact, Scott, because the stock's $59. They're buying the 65 calls that expire next week, regular June expiration. I'll probably be in that trade for most of the next week, maybe 10 days, Scott. Second trade is Skills. This is a Kathy Wood stock, SKLZ. She's been out championing this one. This is weekly, this week. Calls with the stock at $20.77. They're buying the June 24 strike calls that expire this Friday, Scott. So I'll probably be in this one anywhere from 2 to 3 days. Like both of them, they're both projecting pretty good upside moves to get paid on these two, Scott.
Well, so there you heard it.
All right, let's do unusual activity. Dr. J.
Well, I got to get, there we go. Sorry. And here's where the stock is today. Brinker International, not 59. Not 60, not 61, 62, 63, 64, and just shy of the high of the day. Bang! That's why we trade options, folks. Now, when you look at that 52-week range, has been a wild stock, of course, because when stocks were shuttered, that means that Corner Bakery and Chili's and others that they own, brands that they own, weren't doing any business or hardly any business. Obviously, they've made a big comeback and they're within $14 of last year's high. So this is a nice way to start off the week, isn't it, folks? Bang. If you'd like to learn more about how we do just that, how we identify unusual option activity, you could go over to marketrebellion.com/UOA. That is marketrebellion.com/UOA. You'd be able to see how much it costs to be a member of our elite boards, where you get to talk back and forth with us on the chat. You'd also be able to get, if that's too much, one trade a day instead of 20 or 30, or one trade a week. Whatever fits, we probably have an offering at Market Rebellion for stock, options, futures, and yes, crypto. Bang. Now let's look at Digital Alley, DGLY. Why? Well, because the stock's $2.14 and they're buying at the money calls, the July 2 calls for 25 cents. So just 10 cents more than owning the stock. So obviously in the neighborhood of 9 times more efficient as far as you don't have to put, if you wanted 10,000 share position, 10,000 times $2 would be 20 grand. You could own every option's for 100 shares. So if you owned 100 of these, you'd have $2,500 on the table, not 20 grand. That's the way I like to play. I'm defining my risk on entry when I do that. And I like having a defined risk. Here is the stock exploding higher by another penny to $2.15. Been as high as 224 today, low of 193. You get the idea though. Look at that 52-week range underneath there, folks. 52-week range, 78 cents to $7.10 for Digital Alley, which is DGLY. Bang. That is our first new trade of the day. There we go. Market Rebellion. You can join our Market Rebellion YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube. In the search bar on YouTube, type Market Rebellion. Will come up first. When you do that, you'll be able to subscribe for free and get interviews with the likes of Kevin O'Leary, which we had on yesterday. Kevin was nice enough to give us a little bit of his time. In fact, he gave us about 40 minutes of his time yesterday, talking about everything from cryptocurrencies to his equity offerings at OGIG and so forth. And there you see, we've got the daily crypto bite that's up there every day. My 60-second videos that get placed there, 3 at 3, Pete's the Take, and so forth. So go over to YouTube, tell your friends to go over to YouTube and subscribe. And if you are smart enough to click on that notifications right next to the subscribe button, then Pete will come over to your house personally and deliver the YouTube to you every day. Let's take a look at Wish, shall we? This one, astonishing volume, just crazy. Some of the options that are trading are in the 60,000 range already today. Why? Because some people think that this might be the next Clove, CLOV, or the next GameStop, the next AMC. Why is that? Because our Reddit sentiment index that we record, it's a proprietary index, much like our heat seeker. We're looking for mentions by key influencers on that Reddit board. AI, artificial intelligence, and machine learning are how we narrow down the fakers from the real movers and shakers on the Reddit boards. We also do monitor Twitter, although there's an awful lot on Twitter. So we like the Reddit boards a lot more for the sentiment indicators. Anyway, $8.70 the stock was, 8,800, June 20 calls, 47 cents. That's pretty interesting because that's 880,000 shares of stock, because 8,800, you have to drop 2 more zeros on the end of that to get to 880,000 share equivalent of this stock. And bang, there is Wish surging through 10 at the highs of the day right now, 1038. Bang. That's what I'm talking about, folks. I own the 7.5 calls. I am rolling up and have rolled up some of those already to the 10 calls. I'm going to be in a spread because I'm looking for this one to do what Cloves did, CLOV. I'm looking for this one to do what Beyond Meat did and all the rest of these. And if it does, I will be a very happy camper. And I will be cashing a big check and giving some away to charity, because that's what I like to do. It's sort of like greasing the skids, making sure that other people benefit, not just me benefit from some good fortune in the markets. Bang. Daily Crypto Bite. Yes, Daily Crypto Bite, marketrebellion.com/try crypto. You can join for the rest of the month of June, $1. That's all it'll cost you, is $1. There's no additional fee. There's no, oh, you got to reach out to us and get your money back. No, $1 covers you for the whole month. And then you decide if it's something that benefits you. Being in a room with a bunch of crypto traders that are focused on ways to make money when it's going down as well as when it's going up. It does both. So for a lot of the newbies that only thought it goes up, that's a rude awakening. But of course, everything goes up and down. There aren't any straight one-way tickets. So Daily Crypto Bite, we do it every day, 10 a.m. Eastern, goes up on all the socials, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and so forth. And then it gets posted to YouTube, where most of you can consume it if you missed it live. But it's live every day at about 10 a.m. Eastern time. Third of our trades today, Root, ROOT. Bullish call, stock's 10.5 bucks. They're buying the 12.5 calls, $2 out of the money. So if you're a regular viewer, you know I'm not buying those calls. I'm buying it at the money and selling those upside calls, because that's the way I roll. I want to swing for singles and doubles. I don't need to swing for home runs. So there it is, moving to 1069. As you see, it was 1056 when we first saw it. So moving up, positive. Been as high as 1087 today. You see it's on the upper end of the range already. And you know, when you're talking about a stock that makes 10% move in a day, worth watching, seeing if Root becomes yet another one of those stocks that the Reddit crowd gets behind. You've got questions. I'm going to try to say I have answers. Make sure you check it out here at marketrebellion.com. Wish. All right, Justin Elazad and his or her handle, since there's both man and woman here in their avatar, at DYNAMICAUDIO1, Dynamic Audio 1. All right. Hey, what's going on with Wish? High volume today. Yeah, we got it. I talked about it for the unusual activity, and it's all over the Reddit boards. So somebody's pushing this one, folks. And I want to be on it. As I've said, I've already rolled up, Justin, and I hope you've already made some nice profits too. Paul Carbone, and Paul Carbone's handle is at Paul, CARBONE 12, at Paul Carbone 12. Any update on American Battery Metals Corp? Yeah. American Battery Metals Corp, ABML, is still pushing for that uplist on the NASDAQ. They're in line for that. Let me see where we've got them trading here today, folks. Just one sec. Oh, ABML. Where are we here today? $2.07 flat. Paul, I'd say next 30 days, going to see 3. I'm going to go out on a limb. Next 30 days, you're going to see 3 in this one. Why? Because the world wants what they have. They recycle lithium. They get paid to take it. They get paid to produce it. Their factory is right next door in Fernley, Nevada, to a little company called Tesla, the largest consumer of lithium in the world. Watch this one. Hold me to it, Paul. I think we're going to see 3 in the next 30 days. Let's talk Rocket. Craig's handle there is KREEGS_23, like Michael Jordan, 23. RKT is the stock that he's asking about. Rocket companies. Market Rebellion co-founder Pete Najarian covered this unusual activity in today's episode of The Take. Learn more about the unusual activity. Yes, I've talked about this one recently for unusual option activity as well. Love it. They've traded 10,500 of those June 21s. I think this one, Mr. Craig's or Ms. Craig's, does go higher. Rocket Mortgage, it's another one of those that people love to talk about, love to watch, love to talk about, and clearly one. Let me see what the short interest is in that one, by the way. At one point, when we caught the last really big move, let's see, RKT. Last time we caught a really big move in this one, it drove it all the way up to $40+ a share from just days before that in the $20 range. So we're back here in the $20 range. Short float, 19%. So this is a big one. So I would hold HODL. I think this one goes higher, Craig's. Bang. Michael Sheets. Blue Origin implies the company received between 700 to 800 bids for New Shepard first space flight seat auction after unsealed bidding began at 1.4 million on May 19th, with the current high bid now at $3.5 million. Would you go? No. Plenty happy here. I love thrills, and I am addicted to adrenaline. Don't need that adrenaline. Don't need to go into space. I get up to the edge of space enough on private jets and so forth. And commercial isn't that far beneath it either. But yeah, I would say, nah, not for me, not interested. So that, my friend, is why I would say, no thanks, Mike. You might go, but I have too many things I want to do still, and I wouldn't want to risk it. Let's see, there's the rocket. Look at that. Andrew's dropping rockets in there too now. So if you would like to get onto our unusual option activity and or learn more about trading stock, options, futures, cryptocurrencies, go by all means to marketrebellion.com/get started. That is marketrebellion.com/get started. And you can see all about our offerings when you go there. Also, remember, we have that YouTube channel. We always appreciate it when you guys give us some love and subscribe over there. And I'd say that we are, by the way, look at Wish exploding up another buck, 11.27 right now. Bang! That's what I'm talking about, folks. I'll be talking about Wish. I'll be talking about Wendy's. I'll talk about a bunch of that tomorrow before I head back down to Florida. I've got another speaking engagement, in fact, 2 more in Florida, Thursday and Friday. So in the meantime, I hope you have a great day. I'll be back on the halftime report noon tomorrow. And of course, daily crypto bite, 10 a.m. Eastern. See you then. Bang.